right. What's up, everybody? It's been a year. I'm in my backyard. It's been a year since I made that video about the billion-dollar company, and I wanted to give you an update. It's now July. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's August 1st. Basically, Claude happened. Claude Code. And Claude Desktop happened. And I think that was the big change for this year. So what I've done this year is I built a lot of products. The difference is there's a difference. There's a difference between tool people and builders. And I'm a builder and I build stuff. I've had a lot of ideas to build different things, and I never had a chance to do them because I just didn't have the time. Well, with Claude Code, I can just let it rip, and I've done it. And so all the products that I've wanted to build are now created. Not only there's a web version, there's and Android and iPhone versions of these as well. I'm in the process now of deploying those things and marketing. That's the key, is to market these things. You can build a great thing, but if it doesn't, if there's no marketing and no one knows about it, that's the key that I have to figure out. Now, how am I going to figure out the marketing part? Well, I'm going to ask you to use Claude. So Claude Cowork has been great because it's been able to do like the menial tasks for me. Go fill out this form. I'm trying to get a job at Disney, and I was using it as a way to figure out how to get a job, or using it to do a daily task. So every other day, it tries to get me a job at Disney. It fills out the form and all that stuff. So Disney, if you're watching, just because it's hard to get into Disney, and I'm just trying to see how it works. And so like I have daily tasks now, created an agent that cleans up a lot of like my emails and answers emails from people that, message some of my other sites and stuff like that. So those are built, and I think we're on our way. I think this might be my most profitable year. I've done some consulting, done some speaking about AI, which has been pretty cool. Planning to do podcasts potentially about AI, a weekly podcast with a friend of mine. That's kind of in the works. And, I'm not as gloom and doom as I was before, especially for software engineers. They need us. They might not need 20 of us, but they certainly need us because they want us to build stuff. And I think we're also going to talk about on the channel coming up soon about different ways how the future of AI and software development is. A lot of people are still stuck on the doom and gloom and what's going to happen. We'll see what happens in 27. That looks like it's going to be a crazy year. We had Mythos this year. Claude Code came out. The video models are better now, like the writing models, like everything is growing. And so, we'll see how 27 goes. We'll do like a year-end recap too. I'm experimenting, just experiment, trying different things, trying different tech stacks, and seeing what works. I mean, my hosting server bill has certainly gone up. And I'm not blowing out my Fable credits or anything like that. But I think the foundation is solid. I'm actually going to be teaching a class at, it's called Live 360. It's a Microsoft conference, and I'm teaching 2 classes there. One is how to write code while you sleep. Yes, that is the course that they approved me to do, along with an enterprise one, because I really think I have an idea of how the enterprise should be building this stuff. Not really sure about the MCP angle of doing it, and Claude, it doesn't work very well when you have 30 MCPs, but the skills cleans it up a little bit. We'll get into all of those things, but I'm just trying to build the business and offload the menial tasks to AI, and I treat AI as an employee. And I've created 2 different agents. One is like a personal agent that kind of helps me manage my life, and then one through Pulse AI Solutions called Atlas, and that's basically like your project manager, data analytics, SEO. It looks through all that stuff. I can chat with it, and I can be like, hey, create me a Jira ticket to build this feature, and then I want it to build overnight, and I just tell it, and it builds it overnight, creates a pull request. So that's why I think like the foundation has been built, and now it's time to take things to the next level. And this next level is marketing and getting the word out, having a product that's like not going after the big guys, but kind of somewhere in the small guys, and get a couple of those to get under my belt. And I think, there's definitely a couple of people that have used them are really excited about them. I just have to spread the word is kind of, the focus from here until the end of the year, spread the word about these apps and stuff. But, I've got a couple Android and iPhone apps that are making money, making more money than they ever did before. Sites that are getting traffic better than they have over the last couple of years with the SEU and, Google and their AI overviews that basically destroyed everybody else. And so I've always been, the one thing I've been good at is seeing where trends are going. And I think I have an idea of where it is going to go, and I'm going to keep you in the loop. We're going to talk about all this stuff. So I'm going to have some videos coming up about different things. We're going to start at the bottom about how to set up Cowork. I think it's really important. I mean, people just have no clue. Like I get requests to update sites or create little things here and there, and I do it quickly, and I just tell Cowork to go do it. And I'll log into a WordPress site, and it will go and update it, make great pages and fix things. And I mean, you can definitely do a one-man business now. You have to be tech savvy. You have to go all in on Claude. I haven't used ChatGPT in months. I canceled my subscription. I'm Team Claude all the way, 100%. Between Cowork, Claude Code, I would say the second one I use the most is probably Grok, to be honest with you. And then I do like the Microsoft products. And so this was just foundational. The first year was foundational, and writing, whatever the models can do for me is pushing it to see what it can do. I think a lot of people are just building garbage that no one cares about. Oh, I'm gonna build a system that's gonna, pick the stock market better than what they can do in the stock market. No, you're not gonna beat them. You got to think outside the box, and you got to think of things a much smaller scale. Start smaller and build things that fill a need that normally it wasn't profitable. It would take too much time to build, and the profits wouldn't be that great. So you're trying to find that niche, that kind of lower to middle niche, and then build up on that. And that's what I'm doing now. I completely rewrote the Pulse AI Solutions website. I'm totally not doing WordPress anymore. I rebuilt my wife's site. All of my main sites are now not even WordPress. They're custom sites now, built with Claude Code, and they're much better, and they do better. I think WordPress is dead. And I know I'm even talking to a client right now, and I'm trying to weigh the options of, do they use WordPress or do I just build them something custom that would be much better? And they don't like WordPress either, and I see that all the way. SEO stuff, just having Claude Cowork go out and manage that piece, and looking over the website and looking at the analytics and storing that stuff in Cowork has been a big game changer. Getting clients to get stuff from Google, but the game's changing. Building a website, you're going to get crushed on Google now. And how do you market now? How do you market in an age of AI where, and also an age where people aren't on social media? I mean, they are on TikTok, but like Facebook and all this other stuff, they're kind of moving away from that. They're still on Instagram, and they still check it out. But it's like, how do you market in this new world? It's kind of interesting. And I still believe in 100% the human. Number one, the human in the loop. So AI can do 70% of the work, but you still got to do 30, no matter what, because the nuance of it. That's how I kind of treat all my AI stuff. Even if an AI writes an article, I'm still looking through it, and I'm basically discussing it, and I'm with the AI like I would a writer of mine, being like, hey, you're missing this, it would be good to add this. This is dumb. Take this out. That doesn't make any sense, etc. So that's and I think that's going to be the trend, at least for a while. Who knows? And yeah, so we'll see. We'll see if we can hit some milestones this year. But we're halfway through, more than halfway through. And you know, we went to a trip to Europe on a cruise. Got skin cancer removed. Where is it? Over here. Did that just after I got back. Found out I had skin cancer here. So that was removed. And I had radiation on the top of my head. That's on top of my wife recovering from her, or in remission for her multiple myeloma cancer. So, and that's what we did this summer. So that's why I'm not on the beach. Next year, we're planning on doing the beach, and maybe even moving by the beach. We'll have to see how that goes. So anyway, that's it for my ramblings about year 2. Let me know. Make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you leave a comment, because I definitely want to read your comments. And I want to know what you guys want me to build or talk about or what to learn. I can teach you this stuff. These other guys out there on YouTube, they're just a bunch of, you know, they just play with tools and that's it. They're not builders that build stuff that people actually want. So we'll talk about that kind of stuff. So stay tuned. Make sure you like and subscribe, all right?